Yo, what's going on, guys? Episode 4 of Söze's house. How's everyone doing? Hope you guys are having a good day. I'm going to set the timer real quick because I actually only have 30 minutes, so I need to stick to that for once. Boom. All right. Little update. I will have merch up. This comes out tomorrow, so it'll be up by then. So there's going to be a link in my bio. I'm also going to post about it, obviously, so you'll see it. But I've got some merch. Got mostly stickers. I have a couple of shirts. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to print, a limited quantity of each. I'll probably come out with a couple different designs every, I'm thinking spring, summer, fall, winter. Have a different collection. That way it goes with the project releases as well. I'll still throw some here and there, kind of just, maybe as I think of them. Like the Söze flips, I have a couple of different designs in my head. I might just rotate those, you know what I mean? Like make 20 or 30 of this design and then 20 or 30 of this design, however long it takes for them to sell out, will dictate how quickly I change them. But just wanted to let you guys know, check it out when you get a chance. This will be going up tomorrow. I should have the website finished by tonight, so everything should be up in the morning. Other than that, I had a couple of things that were on my mind today that I just wanted to, ramble on about how I do, you know what I mean? This podcast is essentially just me talking to myself and run on sentences. That's pretty much the entirety of it. One of the things, I do have a new computer showing up. It is finally getting here. It's taken a while. I ordered it like 2 months ago. The computer took I think a month to ship. Finally got here. It was broken. It took 2 to 3 weeks to get the whole return figured out. They were supposed to send me a replacement. They never did. They just processed it as a full return. I had to order a new one. I mean, it's been a long process, but it's supposed to be getting here next week. So the videos that I do every week should be getting a lot better. I know they're very, regular as of right now. Just me in the booth, spitting. But a large, factor in that has been the processing power of my computer. When I first started, if you notice, a couple of them had, they weren't amazing, but they had some interesting transitions. They were a little bit creative. Now it's just straight video. Very rarely will I do anything kind of interesting because the computer now just has a hard time even processing just straight video. So videos from now on should be getting a lot better. It's actually kind of something I'm looking forward to. I've been, looking at a lot of different stuff since I've started doing videos, and there's a lot of things I want to try out and ideas I've had, but I've just been unable to do it with the processing power that I have right now. So that's some good news. Probably take me, it probably at least a couple weeks to get some basic things down because I'm not too familiar with it, but it should be fun. I'm definitely, you know what I mean? I kind of like Lyrical Lemonade. I like their vibe, how it's not too over the top, but it's still, I don't know. I like the style of it. It's very much just a straight video of just, I think of the Jack Harlow, What's Poppin', not the remix, the original. It's just him. I think he's rapping in a diner the whole time, but they do a lot of cartoony shit on the screen, and I kind of like that vibe. So for me, I kind of think I'll start with some stuff like that, but we'll see where it goes. I was thinking earlier today, actually, while I was playing a game. For those who don't know, which is pretty much everyone, my routine is basically when I get up, I like to take things slow, right? I know a lot of people, they like to wind down at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Most people like to start doing shit right when they wake up. Let's say you wake up at 7, 8. Hopefully you're off work by 5, get home by 6, You got to do a couple things. You're done by 8. And then people like to chill, for at least an hour or 2, maybe 3 before they go to bed. I am the opposite. Like, I like to take my morning slow. I really enjoy getting up, throwing on a show, playing a game. I've been playing a game recently. I'll just get up. It also kind of helps me wake up. Like, it takes me a good 20, 30 minutes to even be, like, fully cognizant. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I have a hard time waking up, right? So what I did is I got this old school alarm clock, the metal bells, fucking loud as shit. If you have a hard time waking up, I promise you, go get one of the old mechanical alarm clocks. You're not sleeping through it. I mean, I'm sure there's different brands. Mine is metal. I'm sure you can get, whatever types of materials so it's louder or less loud, but this thing is fucking ear splitting. It wakes you up immediately. So I've just, it goes off. I immediately get up, turn it off. And normally, you hit snooze. This thing, it's so ear splitting that I'm very conscious right when I wake up. I mean, it's almost uncomfortable, to be real. Like, it pulls you out of sleep dramatically, like super fast. But then I'll just come out, I'll play a game for like 30, 45 minutes, wake up, I'll make some coffee, then eat some breakfast. And then, I got like another half hour to just do my getting ready for the day routine. Like today I went running. Lately I've been running later in the day because it's been warmer. We had that heat wave. But it was nice today. It was like 74, 75. So I went running. Realized I was holding that cup too long. And then I like to start my day. I like to take like 2-3 hours. And then I don't mind going to bed pretty suddenly. Like, that's not a big issue for me. I'll take like, at minimum I need at least like 20 minutes. I'll take like some ZQL. I take a lot of sleeping supplements to go to bed. I'm gonna be real. And then I'll have like tea lately to chill. But anyways, that was a really long excerpt about my daily routine. I apologize for that. Now I was thinking virtual reality, right? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm very unimpressed with it. Like, don't get me wrong, it's kind of crazy that it even exists to the extent at which it does now. But like, it's not at a level, at least not that I've seen. Maybe there's something out there that, I haven't been exposed to. But from what I have seen, it doesn't really grab my attention. Like, it's cool. If someone had it, I'd try it out. I wouldn't buy it. I definitely couldn't see using it more than like, and actually I know some people with virtual reality things, and they'll use it for like a couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks when they first get it. And then it kind of just ends up sitting on the shelf because, I just don't think the technology's there yet. But I was talking to Katie the other day about like, I think young people will have a really hard time with virtual reality when it gets good. I'm just going to, it's hard enough being young and not getting distracted by technology that we have now. I mean, video games are crazy. Social media. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna have an issue with it too. I'm just being real. I either have to avoid it completely, or I'll have an issue with it a bit, and I'll have to be very disciplined. Like, I could totally see myself being like, all right, from 5 to 6, I don't know, I go into the Pokemon universe or whatever. I'm gonna be real. Like, I'm a huge nerd, and so once virtual reality hits a point where the technology is maybe not perfect, but like at least good enough to where it doesn't seem like, the way I feel about it now is I feel like everything's a demo. You know what I mean? It all has a demo quality. Like, it seems like, oh, that's cool, but it's just, I don't know what it is. I think, to be real, I think it's it's going to be really hard. I don't know how long it's going to take. I know people say we'll have it pretty quickly, or within like the next 10 to 20 years. But the response of the movement and the graphic capabilities that I've seen are just, they're too bad. Like, I'd rather play a game or watch a movie on a TV in 4K than be in the middle of, you know, a PlayStation 1 level VR experience. I mean, I know movies and stuff like that, it's different. I know, you know, it's funny. I know that virtual reality, the only thing that I feel like I've seen about it since it's come out is like, it basically not took over, but like, it's really big in the porn industry, right? And like, I'm sure it'll be really big in movies, but I more mean like video games and like world creation. Cause like, don't get me wrong, like I was saying, when it gets to a certain point, I will 100% have a hard time not going in to different worlds. You know what I mean? Like I said, big nerd. I love anime. I love video games. I love cartoons. I mean, if they made a Kingdom Hearts universe and you can really go in there and the reaction times were all legitimately with your body, you could feel the breeze. It looked, you know, undistinguishable from real life. Man, that'd be crazy. And I can only imagine if you're 8 and that's possible, like, ooh, like it's hard enough not to get hooked to video games. If you're into video games at all, whether you're like a grown person or a child, they're addictive as shit. Now, if you could really be in those video games, oh man, I think that's going to be a huge obstacle for humans and society just in general. I'm going to be real, because like obviously everyone from my generation grew up playing like Pokemon or like Mario. I mean, Mario, Zelda, yeah, they're older games, but we grew up playing, you know, they've been around for a long time. If you could go explore those worlds, I mean, Digimon, Metabot, like all that shit, I would definitely be putting hours into that shit. I'd have to limit myself. But I also think that it would be a crazy experience to be able to, right? Like it could go one of two ways. You can use it for just pure entertainment, but I think the experience of, I guess, you know, truly being in someone else's shoes. Like, you know, when you play a video game, you create a character, for instance. But obviously, you know, there's that separation. It's on a TV screen. You know it's a video game, yada, yada. But imagine you could go through, I don't know, like a war scenario and like truly feel like you're there. And then you come out of it and you're like, wow, I have a totally different viewpoint on war or being a soldier, or a whole new level of respect for, I don't know, you know what I mean, cops or doctors or whatever, you know what I mean? I think that, I mean, that could be amazingly beneficial for people. Like, you know, everyone always talks about like the different experiences, man, woman, black, white, Asian, tall, short, skinny, fat, all that shit. If the ability were to exist where you could become that other person and then truly have an experience of what it's like to be them for whatever, you know, whatever characteristics, I can only imagine people would become like more sympathetic, right? I mean, on the other hand, I guess I really can't. No, I don't know if I have a don't know if I have an on the other hand for that. I feel like the only response to getting to know what it's like to actually be someone else would have to be growth. Like, I mean, obviously extreme cases like legitimate denial or choosing to not learn something would exist. But anyways, yeah. So there's that cultural aspect and like, right, how it would be with the world. But I'm gonna just be real. I think the coolest part would be like the cartoons and shit. The anime, the video games. Obviously, you're not gonna learn a whole lot from that, but man, I hope, you know what I hope? I hope it gets made when I'm like, let's go 65 or up. Cause then, you know what I mean? I probably got, on average, I got like, what, 10 years? 10 years? Yeah, I'll die at 75. That sounds good. I mean, depending on what 75 looks like when I get there. But, you know, I'll be retired, hopefully. And then, yeah, I would just be getting lost in virtual reality land, man. 14 minutes. All right. I talked way too long about that. There I go, rambling again. What? Sorry. Hold on. I'm reading what I typed. Oh, okay. That's right. So the double XL freshman cipher. Or not cipher. Freestyles. I'm gonna just go out. I'm gonna just say it, and people feel however they want to feel. I'm not saying I'm better than any of these cats. I'm not saying nothing. I feel like they were very underwhelming, and you know, I'm sure plenty of people think my shit's underwhelming sometimes. That's fine. That's fine. This is just my opinion. There wasn't a single freestyle where I was like, damn, that dude killed that shit. Like, that was hot. I think, and I get that this vibe just goes better with a lot of, you know, popular hip hop styles right now. It's a little bit more melodic, which, you know, I do melodic shit. I think melodic's great, but like, it doesn't have any. And obviously they're acapellas, you know what I mean? So obviously it would be a little bit different with music. And I was even thinking, you know, I have some 16s that are just more about kind of fun, the flow. And I think they all had pretty good flow. I mean, some of them, you know, some of them weren't. There's a couple that I was like, damn, really? I can't believe this made this up here. But, you know, that's just me. I think a lot of rappers nowadays, and I know some of these rappers from the freshman freestyle, I know their other music, so I know they have bars. But it just got me thinking, like, I know a lot of young people, like, you know, I get messages all the time from, like, 15, 16-year-old rappers or musicians, and you know, they want to collab, or you know, they want my opinion on a song or whatever. And I think a big thing that I haven't heard of people really talking about, you know what I mean? Like, obviously you got flow, you got cadence, you got rhyme scheme, you know, depending on what style you're doing, like you're telling a story, you've got setting, you've got, you know, actions that are happening, you know, showing, not feeling, all these writing things. But specifically pertaining to hip hop, punchlines, man. You know, I didn't hear a whole lot of punchlines in the freestyles. And it's not that there weren't lines in there that I thought would be good as punchlines. I heard plenty of lines where I was like, that could have been a cool place to add emphasis. You know what I mean? And I think maybe a part of that is that like nowadays when you're recording, emphasis can be added after. You know what I mean? Like you might say the verse very chill and not monotone, but just, very chill. And then you add the emphasis on the ad libs, or you punch. Maybe you punch. Maybe you do a double to thicken it up. And that adds that kind of color, that character to it. So maybe it was that it was an acapella. But, and this is just my personal taste. I love fucking punchlines. I think, in my opinion, I know I say that shit a lot. I oversay that. You know what? Yeah, everything I'm saying on here is my opinion. I don't have to say it's my fucking opinion. Obviously. I think that's why, Drake, right? Drake has great use of punchlines. Like, Drake's hit like a weird, like he truly is like a pop star. But I do think he still has bars. And like, if you don't think that, that's fine. You wrong. He does, right? You might not like it. Maybe you didn't like the way he delivered it. And maybe it's not your style. But you can't. I've said this before. Like, you can't say Drake isn't doing something right. Come on. I like when people hit that punchline and like maybe finish it up, a half count or a full bar before that 4 bar is over or that 16. And then you kind of just like let the last, half a second, just nothing, just boom, that's what I'm leaving you on. Or you throw it in randomly and it really makes you pay attention to that line, right? And that's what I didn't really hear a lot of in the freestyle. Like it was a lot of, I feel like there was a lot of potential. I know people are going to be like, who the fuck are you? Whatever. There's a lot of potential, but it kind of reminded me of like run-on sentences. It didn't have very good emphasis. I will say, I would say out of all of them that I heard, I think I listened to all of them. I liked Rod Waves. I think I liked his more because I really felt like he was telling a story. You know what I mean? And it wasn't a melodic way. I do think, again, punchlines and just kind of letting, like, you gotta, someone said this. I don't remember who it was. You know what? I think it was actually on Rhythm and Flow. I think T.I. said this. This kid got it right, and he was rapping hella fast. And T.I. was like, you know what I mean? Music is just just as much about spaces where you don't say anything. And that's a genuine music thing. In my music classes that I've taken before, music is about the spaces in between the notes, because the spaces in between the notes, imagine you playing piano, decide whether it's, an 1/8 note every bar, a half note, 3/8 notes, yada yada. Like, you have to have those spaces, right? It's those gaps that give it its rhythm. If there was never a gap, you just hold down the key. That's not music. So I think Rod Waves, I'm gonna just give it to you right now. I wrote this down. Let me pull this up real quick. Boom. Double XL. Freshman. Ooh, I can't spell freshman. Freshman freestyle. Boom. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna give you my top 3. I'm gonna feel bad if I said this wrong. Chica's. I liked hers. I feel like it kind of just had, I liked her swag. Like, there was something about her delivery which was just like, It wasn't. It gave me the vibe of like I'm just spitting. You know what I mean? I liked it. It was something like I feel I could hear like outside. Like, I don't know, if someone just beatboxing. So I like that. I'm gonna go. Here's my top 3. I don't know if I'm gonna put them in an order. Chica's was my top. Rod Waves was a top. And I'm gonna go with Jack Harlow's. I feel like him and Rod Wave, I feel like they were actually saying something, right? Like I feel like a lot of these, yeah, they were just kind of like flexes, which is cool. But I feel like when you can combine a bit of a flex with actually saying something with substance, I like that. All right, I'm gonna give you order. Those are my top 3. Here's the order. I'm gonna go. Rod Wave is my number 1 from that. Jack Harlow is my number 2. And Chica's is my number 3. That's it. That's the top 3. The other ones, I mean, I'm not gonna order all top. I'm not gonna do all 10. That's just, to be real, my brain is too, I don't know, OCD or whatever. And I'd have to sit here and like make a chart and be like, all right, well, these ones are tied for sets. Okay, let me listen to them. All right, I think this was, but that's too much work. Speaking of OCD, if you've been listening, I know I make a lot of mouth noises. I smack my lips, or like I swallow a lot. And part of that is because I was always drinking coffee while I was recording. I started drinking water. Turns out you need to be hydrated. Yeah, I know. News to me too. But I'm gonna try and work on that. So like I feel like I've made less, lip smacks and shit like that this recording. Give me a while. It's obviously not gonna go away immediately, but I'm working on it. I don't know. I feel like I have like an oral fixation. Like when I'm going to sleep, especially if my lips are dry, I will make this noise. This is going to be annoying. I'm going to warn you right now. I'll squeak with my lip. I don't know why I do it. I don't know when I started. It's weird as fuck, I know. But like I have to hit a certain frequency with that noise. I don't know why. Anytime my lips hit like a certain level of dryness, maybe, I don't know what it is, but I have to make that squeak noise. I have to make it at a certain pitch, and then I can stop. So I think I just have like, I don't know, some wires are crossed, and I'm fucking weird, people. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's see. Okay, I got 2 minutes. What was another thing I wanted to talk about? I gotta keep this at 30 minutes. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't delete my memory card on the camera, so it's only got 30 minutes to record. So if I go over, it's just gonna cut off. I also just realized I say I'm not gonna lie a lot, which, I mean, I feel like everyone, man, I say I mean too. Everyone kind of has their like catchphrases, basically. You know what I mean? Like your common colloquialisms. No, I think that's like socially or like a bigger group's common. They have their, quirks, whatever. Just things you say regularly. For some people, like they say like a lot, or dog, like Joey Coco Diaz, comedian. If you guys don't know, check him out. Funny. He says dog a lot. I say bruh. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna keep saying that shit over and over again. That's something I'm not gonna work on. I don't really care. If it's annoying, get over it. All right, guys, I'm about to be out of time. I hope everyone had a good day. I hope everyone's having a good week so far. I know quarantines, man, it's been a long time. We're gonna get through it. start a podcast. You know what I mean? Everyone starts a podcast. Yeah. I will talk to you guys next. Man, I never know how to end these things. It's like I'm ending a conversation with myself. It's so weird. All right. Bye, guys. And girls. And other people.